Hi, I'm Ted Nicolaou. I wrote and directed the movie you're about to see, TerrorVision. I'm sitting here with two of my favorite actors, Diane Franklin, who
Hi.
played Susie Putterman, and John Gries, who played her boyfriend, O.D.
What's up, dude?
Back in the days of Empire Pictures, movies started with a poster. And that's exactly how TerrorVision started. Charlie showed me a poster of a monster coming out of a TV set, and the story sprung from that.
Wow, I didn't know that. It's kind of amazing.
We shot this movie in Italy at the old Dino De Laurentiis studios outside of Rome. And so it was a great living adventure for us to go over there and shoot the film, and also a very funky experience in the old sound stages of Dino De Laurentiis.
I love these monsters that are. I mean, the monster's real. You know.
He is the biggest booger ever. Here we have.
Is that Bill Paulson playing that part?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know, it's amazing.
You'll notice a toilet flushing sound here, too, as they flush the creature down. Creature was designed by John Buechler and his team with John Vulich and Cleve Hall. And it was, you'll notice, the upside-down Star Trek Spaceship Enterprise.
I love that we already know it's comedic just from that one moment. Boom, you know.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into from this moment on. This band that's playing the opening music is a band called the Fibonaccis. And there are several connections to the Fibonaccis in this movie. The Fibonaccis were playing at the time we made the film at a nightclub on Sunset Boulevard called Club Lingerie.
Oh.
And I would see Mary Warnoff there pretty often.
Oh.
And so that's when I realized how cool she was.
Yay, John.
John Gries. It used to be Jonathan. He was a lot more classy back in the day.
I actually hated Jonathan. I always did.
I'm sorry. Can you continue?
That's okay.
Oh.
Alejandro Ray, you might remember as the Flying Nun from the
Yes,
Flying Nun.
that's right. That's what I grew up with. I remember him from that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
the Flying Nun.
when you met him, was it interesting to see him?
Oh, it was unbelievably crazy. I mean, I grew up watching him, so that was so. Oh, Anthony Barneo, I loved him. He was such a great casting director. So
What's
nice.
he doing? Is he?
I think he's still casting TV,
Is
I
he?
think, maybe.
Wow.
John Buechler and MMI.
Oh, he was.
Giovanni Nautalucci was our crazy production designer.
How did you find him?
He was a part of the Italian contingent brought on by Roberto Bessi, who's a producer friend who was in charge of this production. And Giovanni was a madman. He came over to L.A., and I said, okay, it's got to be a house of L.A. swingers. And so we went to the valley and started looking at swingers' houses. And he took it to the nth degree.
I still remember walking into that room and seeing the art on the wall. And I was like, gutsy, real gutsy. It was great. I mean, everybody walked in, right?
Totally.
What?
Blew my mind.
Right.
When the bands showed up and saw the set, were they freaking out?
No, I think they liked it. The crazier, the better. Unfortunately, they had to blur out all the naughty bits in the TV release of the film. So in most releases previous to this, everything was blurred out, all the butt cracks and all of that you just are about to see.
That's so 70s. It should have been there.
I wish I had brought home some of those paintings.
I loved her outfit.
You know, this movie can be accused, and rightfully so, of being completely over the top.
But that's the great part of it. I mean, it's great.
And it was like one step at a time. The art direction was over the top. The script, I knew when Charlie showed me the poster that it was going to have to be a comedy. And here comes Diane.
Yeah. I love that outfit. See, it's like it was a live action cartoon to me.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you had the guts to do it, you know, because a lot of people
really
wouldn't.
Like I said, I didn't get it at first. I was like, I don't.
And in fact, to have actors that could all go that far with it and still be sort of believable in their own world, I got really lucky. Sonny Carl Davis back there drinking the Heine.
Yeah, it was funny.
And you know what? A lot of people also think, here's Burt Remsen. We met a lot of older actors for this role, and he really captured the kookiness of this character. And, you know, at that time in Los Angeles downtown, there was indeed an old guy who dressed exactly like that. You remember that guy?
The jet hat.
Yeah. Garrett Graham. another
look at his,
incredibly funny guy.
Look at his pants pulled up. Oh my gosh.
He's probably drinking real beer there.
Right.
You know it.
Italian beer, though, right?
And,
No, it's a Heineken, baby.
and Garrett had just stopped drinking previous to making this film, so he came to Italy, and we were having parties every night in the hotel
poor
terrace.
Oh.
And poor Garrett just was like mad about it.
Oh.
Mary was so sexy and weird.
Yeah.
Such a perfect oddball.
Yeah.
I love how she's so, she's like a suburban mom in her, like, hi, honey, but then she was crazy.
Those paintings, by the way, are probably worth a fortune now.
No kidding, man. That would be so worthwhile to have a few of them. In fact, Mary, I had wanted to cast her in the role of Medusa, the TV horror show host.
Yeah.
And she came into the audition and said, you know what? That's the part that most people would cast me as, but I really want to play the mother. And I was like, Mary, anything you want, you can have in this movie.
Oh, and that's great because she made she really carried the movie.
Perfect.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. And when she heard Garrett was playing her husband, she was super happy.
She loves Garrett.
Chad Allen.
Chad Allen, who's gone on to greater and greater things. And I'm amazed. His parents came, and his parents were as I recall, kind of Christian.
Oh, yeah?
And they saw those paintings on the wall, and they were like, please don't frame any shots of Chad against the paintings.
Oh, yeah. He's such a cute kid.
But he was great, too.
He was
really.
so sweet.
He was such a professional
whole
at such
time.
a young age. Oh, my gosh.
Sonny Carl Davis drinking beer.
Oh, look at the ascot. That's so special. Did you...
And the S.
So wait, when we all came out in costumes, like, did you just let them go and do their costumes, or did you have input? Like,
Kathy Clark was the costume designer in Los Angeles, so we had kind of designed the costumes in advance and then brought a bunch of pieces over for you guys to try. Because I know your costume was made up of petticoat upon petticoat and wigs upon wigs too.
Oh, I loved that. I was so magical.
We were on a soundstage the whole time, and so we're like right butted up against the back wall of the
I know, it's amazing as the sky.
Yeah.
Do it yourself 100.
What the hell was that?
Garrett could make some faces that were so perfect for his role.
But it really is a cartoony acting, like it's stylized. I knew that when we were doing it. In fact, it was so funny because when you tell me, like, I was playing it kind of close to the vest, I'm thinking, I didn't think I was. I thought I was being really outrageous. But it's kind of funny because I was so excited to play that part because I was always playing people like much sort of, this more dramatic. And I was like, oh, finally I can play something crazier.
Oh, that's funny. And you were so cute and good.
I know,
there.
so good. Look.
Mary acting with her pelvis. Incredible.
She was leading with her pubic bone.
Pleasure Palace, here we come.
It was so
Just
funny.
watching
I know.
them
And she's
act
taller
together.
than him too, which is really funny.
It's perfect. And he's not short.
He was a big guy, yeah.
See, I could never make that face in like other movies.
Look at that.
Never
That
make
is
that.
the teenage look that
Yeah, it was
everybody
like,
knows.
oh, I love- right, everybody knows. That's so. And then again, like.
Wait, Chad's in that scene.
Yeah. He likes it.
I was going to ask you, was it harder to sell the movie because it had such a sexual thing at the same time? I mean, look, let's face it, the 80s had much more sexual stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
But was it harder to sell because it was so campy? And I don't know. I had this with another film I did.
I think it was
Second time lucky.
that was crazy. I don't know what.
Who was that band?
That band is Wasp.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had done a music video in another Charlie Band film, so we just kind of used that music video. It's weird because I thought I was making this movie for kids about 12 years old and for stoner college students.
Right.
Right.
And it's like there's all that nude art on the walls was inappropriate. And then there wasn't enough nudity in the moments that there could have been nudity, like with Randy Brooks and
Right.
stuff. So it was a odd combination of chaste and dirty.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally. I did another movie called Second Time Lucky, and it had that kind of whole, wholesome kind of, really cool thing, and then it was, very beautiful, and then it was like, ooh, sexy kind of thing. You're just like, where's the audience? How do you, sell that?
I think that and selling the movie, it was already sold because Charlie was releasing it.
Right.
But it didn't find an audience until much after its initial
Medusa.
release. Medusa.
She's really funny too.
She is totally incredible.
Look at that.
Jennifer Richards.
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
She stayed with you at the same place that you stayed.
Yes, that's right.
At the Fontana.
Yeah, our crew was kind of split up. Some of us were staying at a little beach hotel in Torvajanica that had a great
they stuck me in
restaurant.
some horrible place in Pomezia, and then I had to complain to get out of there. It goes,
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh! They had like metal
was terrible.
curtains, metal curtains, like they closed, locked you in.
Yeah, I'm glad you ended up coming down there. Diane, you had like the greatest place, so you were probably happy to be there in
it
the
was
center
really
of
nice.
Rome.
Yeah, it was great.
I wish I could remember the name of this
was-
movie. I saw this movie when I was a kid and
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted it to be.
I love that movie. I mean, those old movies. That's probably, did it inspire you to partly to?
Put to the lizard tail
Irish,
jerky.
Irish boy? Oh, gee.
No, that's like one of the great throwaway lines of the movie.
Irish boy? O.D.
Yeah, there's some classic lines.
Good singers.
I love when I say it like that because it's so.
What a drag.
You were so
even
great.
look at myself.
I know you were like upset to be so over the top,
Oh,
but you
you're
were so funny.
So funny. I mean, look,
Look at you. I still have those same boots.
You do?
Maybe.
how long did it take you to get that outfit on? That's what I want to know. My God, there's so many buckles and. He was great. I love this.
Why, thank you.
There's a lot of details in
Turned
this
on
movie.
by mom, right?
Mom likes it.
Your father is swinging.
Oh.
Ooh.
You have to meet them at the cha-cha room at 8.
And it's cha-cha room. It's sexual, but it's like suburban sexual, I love it.
No problem.
Oh, he's really just such a nice boy at heart.
Just take care of my little girl.
You're a nice Irish boy.
And Susie can't stand it.
Nugget. No sweat.
You're like, whatever, babe. You're just, oh.
Oh, and this lizard tail jerky thing came from, I read a bunch of survivalist magazines at the time, and they were talking about cattails as being a survivalist kind of food source.
Oh.
But not cattails of kitty
Gross.
cats, but cattail the plants.
Oh.
Do you remember the movie that was playing in the background on the TV? The name of it?
No, I wish
Was
I
it
did.
called King Dinosaur?
It might be, or it might be Lost Planet, or one of those movies about people that come to his prehistoric
Because
time.
my father produced and
Did
wrote
he?
a film called King Dinosaur that they had lizards. It might be that
That
film. which
might
would
be the
so
film.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be
Wow.
hilarious, man. I mean, I wanted this movie to be like one of those movies, if you were a kid and you saw it on TV, it would haunt you. Like, what was that you just saw?
Did you really? Because those are the best movies. I mean, seriously, I like all those, like The Blob, and you know what I mean? Those movies that we used
Yeah.
to see as a kid, and they were, like, I guess, made in the 50s or 60s, right?
Yeah.
As he's putting on
I
the
love
gold
that.
chain. Don't they know how ridiculous they look?
right.
This was Robot Monster, but that's my voice doing the Robot Monster voice now. 'Cause,
I didn't know you were the voice.
yeah. Yeah, so the movies that haunted me as a kid were Invaders from Mars,
That
the
one
original William
killed me.
Cameron Menzies.
That
Yeah,
killed
was
me.
like, what the hell, scary as hell. And a movie called 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T,
Yeah,
piano
the piano-
lesson.
oh,
They were
crazy.
so expressionistic that, and as a kid, you didn't understand expressionism at all.
Look at the outfit. Wait, look at that. Look his shirt down to his belly button.
Yeah,
Remember
and
that?
her
That was just common in the 80s, right?
Naga
Or was
hide.
it 70s?
Look, a TV within a
70s?
TV within a TV.
Oh, yeah.
And notice the high technology that we were able to access for this movie. The
Oh,
big
yeah.
remote
Look at that.
control.
It's, you know, what I love about this movie is that it's really fun and you can just relax, and it's like great colors, and, you know, it's not like too quick, you know what I mean?
It's not
like-
too quick,
well,
really.
I
That's
didn't mean it that way, but it's
sweet.
But
Whoops.
you know, it's also, I mean, what do they say? Like 26 and under, they don't have TVs anymore. So
Yeah, short attention span.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's like you can just hang and relax.
Yeah, a lot of movies, if you're drunk, you just shouldn't watch them because you won't remember a thing. But
Right.
this movie,
This-
you can watch drunk or stoned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'll remember it.
Absolutely. I think that probably helped the
it was so
popularity as
it
well.
was so memorable. I forgot it.
Yep. But you remember laughing, right?
You know, this movie, I had never heard of methacellulose, the kind of ingredient of like lubricant,
Yeah.
and Beekler and his team brought over
Tons
gigantic
Drums.
big barrels full
of
of
drums of it.
it. Yeah. And used it. So every time you see that creature, he had to be wet down and dripping goofy ooze.
And it was so hot in there too that the monster kept.
Oh,
the
my God.
goo there was air conditioning,
people
but it
had
just
to,
kept
people
on
had
and
to
off,
get
right?
inside.
There were 2 people inside that
Yeah,
monster,
yeah.
and air conditioning hose that went in there.
That's where all the air conditioning
I'm sorry, I
stays.
did this shot. This was so wrong of me to get this shot,
Oh,
but it
It's okay.
seemed to transition so well. It's
Yeah.
actually Sherman's point of view.
I think it's a beautiful shot, Ted.
yeah. I think Jennifer would agree. I feel like now we're just watching the
And
movie.
that I
Yeah,
totally,
okay. Keep
I
talking.
totally relate to this. You know, staying up late and seeing some crazy movie when I wake up. What is that?
Yeah. I feel so honored to be in one of these films because this is actually honestly the kind of movies I would watch.
That's good. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, the wonderful thing is it was hated at the time that it was released
I
by
remember.
critics and everything. It was so reviled.
Well, what did they expect? I mean, what I'm saying
I think
is
they
like,
expected a normal movie that you normally go see.
I mean, they didn't view it as a normal. You know
It's-
what I mean?
no, right,
Like,
yeah.
they
It's
didn't
true.
view it,
You know,
right.
I think I was saying when I was doing a interview earlier that I was I took myself too seriously, you know, at that time. But I think that everybody did, and I think cinema did. So it's just like you know, I've always felt that nobody understood this film,
Yeah.
what it was, until later. I think. you
Yeah,
know.
and now it continues to find young audience,
Oh, yeah.
you know. I can't wait to see the Blu-ray, what that's going to look like.
Yeah, amazing. I just love that it's shot on film.
Our director of photography was an Italian named Romano Albani, who spoke a little bit of English, not very much.
That's
and-
right.
A little bit.
But he got the movie very well.
Oh, that was a great shot.
When we were designing
Is
the
it
creature.
when you wrote it? Did you imagine like it would be this cool looking, or is it better than your expectations? Or?
It turned out, when everything becomes concrete, it was so much better than what I imagined. I sort of imagined it to be cartoony like this, but you know, when you get all the tiniest details of the paintings and the production design and costuming and everything,
Right.
and then the actors kind of bring it to this crazy life, it was way better than I thought.
You had to
Right.
feel like it was magic that was unfolding.
Yeah, you remember, I was laughing and really
Oh, yeah.
entertained
Yeah,
by
you
what
were.
was happening.
I mean, it's your first film. I mean, when you write something and then you direct it and it's making it real. I mean, every day is exciting. You're like, oh my gosh, we got
Yeah.
through that scene, and I remember visualizing it. Now look
This
at
is
it.
beautiful. This is
Yeah,
a
look at
great
This is a great set, yeah, yeah.
This is really, you can't get more cartoon than that.
That's great.
And all this weaponry. These were real guns.
How'd you
as
get
I
the guns
recall.
here?
Yeah, those were from the Italians.
Yeah, I would have.
I guess
couldn't bring 'em
guns
over.
in Italy is not a problem.
Right,
Yeah.
That's funny. Chad must have felt so cool.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, I mean, what's greater for a kid that age? I'm gonna hold this gun.
This was like one of the first nights of shooting. Might have even been the first night.
Yeah.
The only day that we shot outside of the sound stage.
I remember this.
The beautiful neighborhood outside of Rome.
I remember coming to visit, and it looked just like, it was amazing that it looked like L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That just could be someplace in the valley.
I don't know if pants were this goofy in the 80s or we
He
kinda
was
made
he
them
was he was
goofier.
riding them a little higher,
Yeah.
because I tell you, you can almost sense what he's you know.
Great fan.
Really? That's a male camel toe, I believe.
That's right. That's a,
In that
He
time.
wears it proudly.
Yeah.
He really does.
Sonny was an old friend of mine from the like rock and roll scene in Austin.
Oh yeah.
And so I'd known him, and he came out to LA around the same time I did, and I was really happy to have a chance to put him in a movie. He had done some
he's
great
great.
independent films in Austin. Note the
He's great.
stars.
Dang son of a gun! They're stealing the radar!
Burt was great,
Yeah.
he was.
except he had broken his leg in a on-set accident years before, and so he had that limp, and he was
Well,
like,
he wore a shoe. His one leg was about 3 inches shorter than the other, so he had a special shoe that he had to wear.
Remember? Norton, the satellite guy.
What the heck are you doing out here?
Hey, no problem.
I think Chad probably was the most
Come check out the dish.
normal,
Oh, yeah.
regular out of everyone, right? Am I wrong? Tell me.
really, he's the only normal one in the whole
Right.
family, and he's the one that everybody thinks is crazy.
Right. It's
pretty
crazy.
funny.
Is it fun?
Listen, old fella. I'm just here to check out the dish. So if you don't
So yeah, I mean, in a way, it is like a view of sex from a 9-year-old's point of view, from Chad's point of view. You know,
Recon the house.
Here comes the first sacrificial lamb, right?
yeah, Sonny is like first to be eaten in
Yeah.
so many horror films.
Oh, sad. Yeah.
Sonny, the first. He's always the pre-entree.
Oh, look, there's some art there on the
Oh,
wall.
this art is like too much.
Well, Chad's in it, so you
Chad.
totally broke
Uh-oh.
their.
Right.
Yeah, his parents
Sorry,
are going to be
Chad.
mad now.
I would like to know where that artwork hangs, because it's probably worth a bloody fortune.
Yeah.
Wow, he got to touch it.
So much gross, icky stuff produced by Beekler's shop.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the statues too.
That statue had to be specially drilled in order for the water
Oh,
to
yeah,
come
that's
out the
right.
nipples.
Remember your chain of command?
Yes, sir.
He's such
He's
a cute
such-
kid.
Oh my God, he's just beautiful, isn't he? It's funny. They were a great combo, those guys.
Oh, they were.
They were,
a
yeah.
great team.
I wonder, what's Chad doing now? Do you know?
He did that TV series, didn't he? Was it Dr. Quinn? No,
yeah.
he did some.
No, I can't.
No, it was
He
like-
was on a show for a long time.
Yeah.
Could have with an AR-15. It's like,
That was a heavy gun. Look
You,
at-
how did you cast him? Was he like?
He came in and auditioned, and he was just perfect, you know?
Graham.
Yeah, go, Grandpa. That's great. He's like representing so much. It's just like there's a certain kind of person that's. He's really got
Grandpa,
it down.
Crazy, but needs a drink to steady the old nerves.
Yeah.
When I was down in Austin, I guess it was for this show, because
Sonny came to visit.
He was there.
It was for Napoleon Dynamite. You were there,
Oh.
and then they were also screening TerrorVision that night too, at midnight.
Yeah. I did one for Real Genius and I can't remember, and Joysticks, and then they did Napoleon Dynamite and TerrorVision. Burt Remsen. His wife was a casting
Yeah,
director.
she was casting, right?
Yeah.
My father directed Helter Skelter, and she cast it.
Whoa.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
Is
Impressive.
your father still around?
No, he died in '77. He
Oh.
died well before this.
Oh, wow. Oh. Look at That's a great shot. I love that monster. That monster was cute.
He was super cute. I had a lot of conflicts with John Buechler designing him because he was unlike anything that John could imagine. Like,
Yeah,
he
how
had
did,
so many moving different parts. But I wanted the tentacle. I wanted the lobster claw. and, you
yeah, I was
know,
gonna say,
so
what did you put? What did you?
one big eye, one little eye, just
Oh, that
like
was
an
great.
asymmetrical,
Yeah,
bizarre.
because that's what makes ugly, not symmetrical. That was really smart. Hand inside or whatever, giant hand tongue.
Oh God!
Like the vacuum cleaner.
Reverse action.
But it's bizarrely cute. Did they know? Did they want it to be cute?
I guess he became
did
cute
they
from
know?
all
It
his...
always reminded me of, those stickers that you used to get, like, there'd be those stickers when I was a little kid. One would be like Melvin, and it'd be like, like those.
Oh, like Garbage Pail Kids or something? Or
No, way before that. Like in the
that.
60s, there were the stickers that they came out with like monsters that looked like this, and they'd have like different names, like Bob, Melvin,
That's
like
funny, man.
Stanley, and they'd be like these completely ugly faces. I wish I could remember the name of them, but
Oh, look, it's a phone with a wire attached to it.
yeah.
Oh.
Hello? I need the police.
Who's that?
Is that you?
Hello,
That-
police?
Who's calling, please?
My grandpa. I'm in a
Now-
monster. I'm in the TV. I'm Sherman Putterman.
Now, Sherman, are you aware that what you're doing is a criminal offense?
Huh?
There's a law against prank phone calls.
No, really, I swear
Oh,
there's
that's
a
great.
monster on TV. It ate Grandpa and the TV
That
guy.
claw, what? I guess that was a hand in there just operating it in this case. They had a detachable claw.
But there were two people in the monster, you said. Right?
Yeah, two people, and eventually we brought an air conditioning unit with a big hose to kind of cool them off because it was literally,
It was
100
boiling.
degrees on that soundstage.
Look, this is Alejandro Rey.
Mr. Cool,
Mr. Cool. Oh, I did never
Stanley.
notice that. That's funny.
I love the small R.
Look, it says Malibu. That's so we know where we are, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, and then here comes Alejandro Rey and Randy Brooks. Alejandro came in for the casting, and he was so into it that he wasn't Greek, but he looked Greek enough to
amazing.
me.
Right. Yeah.
And Randy had that voice that was just so.
Was she a model or something? It's
I don't know. I know she had done some movies and some sexy movies, not porn, but
like soft car.
yeah.
Soft car porn.
That's why I was like, well, I didn't get her topless. What was I crazy?
Yes. Well, yeah, what do you can't have those 12-year-olds watching it then, right?
Alejandro's teeth are classic.
Oh, they were. They are the most beautiful teeth ever.
But listen, everyone's voice is so distinctive. It's awesome. The combination.
Yeah,
Randy's voice up here.
this was so great. I was like, shake him harder, Mary.
Stanley, why don't you show Spiro and Cherry around?
Maybe we should.
Don't you dare. No, he just needs a pill. Now,
That's such a great.
He just needs a pill.
Really, to get actors who are so adept at those quick little beats like that is so wonderful. All right,
This place is like really.
he's so proud.
Wow, the word overused today before it was overused.
All right, Norton.
Where did you get the idea of the mask for that? Did they?
I just wanted the lizard man kind of alien look, and John Buechler did that one too.
That's great.
Babe,
It might have been John Vulich who actually sculpted that one.
How long did it take you to prep for this?
I guess we were in prep for about 8 weeks or so.
Oh wow, that's fast.
Yeah. I mean, John Buechler might have been, he was directing Troll at the same time as we were prepping this film. So maybe we started the monster design even a lot longer before then.
Where did they do Troll?
They shot Troll right
I love
before
how she
us
doesn't
on
take
a different soundstage.
She doesn't take the gun out of his hand. You know, she's like
Ah,
reprimanding him.
Right.
She does not take the gun out of his hand.
And instead of just looking at this stuff, she actually picks it up and gives it a
smell.
sniff. Doesn't take the gun or the hand grenade.
Yeah. But it's still great. You're right. She doesn't take the gun. She just
amazing.
uses the stuff. It's gross.
This was the days before CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
It's all optical effects. This was the crowning achievement of our set.
I thought it's amazing.
I was like, okay, I just want a gigantic pool jacuzzi. And Giovanni Nautalucci just came up with this Roman bath
Oh yeah.
place that was just
Look
incredible.
at Garrett Graham. He's
Yeah. I know. Just like,
He was working it so hard.
It's great. He totally gets the tone. It's beautiful.
How did you get that? That's amazing.
It was all built into the thing. It was incredible.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, chick. Where'd you get this song? That's great. It sounds like Garrett's singing it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
What is this movie? I think I read for a part of
I'm trying to remember. Maybe that song was a Fibonacci's creation too, because they did all the music that was like practical music in the film.
Destroy your satellite receivers. Dismantle your communication systems. Render your television sets inoperable for the next 200 Earth years. It may already be too late.
I love the 80s look of her. You know, she's so 80s. And
Yeah,
bright and
she's great. That look of stupid miscomprehension on her face. It's great.
Look.
Fantastic idea for a movie. Martians diddling the women of the universe.
See, he got those words out around those teeth.
Diddling.
Just imagine having to paint all that dripping slime every shot.
are there? Oh, look at that. Are there any shots of the monster or anything like that you guys didn't use? Like you have.
Ooh, boy, I don't remember anymore. There must be a lot of takes that didn't work out or that. There he is.
It was all a dream. Oh, Grandpa's dead. Sherman.
Hope so soon? I'm just taking care of business here.
Oh, did he really cover himself with the goo and do
Yeah,
that?
Had
we
to.
had to do it. Yeah. Everybody had to. Jonathan took a gigantic face full of it.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I did.
You'll see it. You were gagging and
Ew.
chucking afterwards.
Yeah,
We'll come to
I was
that
spared.
soon.
I was spared.
Yeah, you were. You got
You survived.
I died, but not in front of
No,
anyone.
oh,
I
you
died
did.
at the end.
Diane. I guess everybody does.
Yeah.
That might have been the big downfall of this movie, that there was no happy ending. Mary. Her idea of childcare.
Yeah, right.
Not really very appropriate.
She's mother of the year. Look at that. That's right. You're right. She is such a funny mom.
It was fun to go into Rome with her. We'd shoot Italian style, like 5-day weeks, and then a half a day on Saturday, and then go to Rome as soon as we could in the afternoon on Saturday and shop and play and party. And she was a trip.
Oh gosh. I don't think I was ever on that set.
No,
Yeah. I wasn't on those.
no, I
days,
guess
yeah.
not.
So when I watched the movie the first time, I was like, when did this happen? Where did this happen? What movie is this?
Where are you?
What'd you do on your days off? Just to play around Rome and visit?
He was on
Eat.
every day,
Yeah.
Chad. He
Yeah,
worked every
yeah.
day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there were child labor laws in
Yeah.
Italy, or if we had to shoot only 4 or 6 hours with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Playing surprise attack.
He really is such a good actor. And how old was he? 10? 11?
Yeah, it must have been 10.
No, he was,
Was
I think he
older?
was younger than that.
Yeah,
Really?
9, I think, maybe.
9 or something like that.
I'm out of there.
This was one of those shock moments. It didn't quite work out as a shock, but it's just a shocking joke.
Mm. Aw.
Lizard tail jerky.
Oh, jerky, right. He said,
It's the only porn clip that we could find that showed nothing. but-
right, I know. It's, how do you find that, right? Just body parts, but like you can't identify
Big
them.
orgy.
Right.
Oh, Stanley was just showing us the wonders.
Stanley was just...
Rousing.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's funny. I have some photographs from behind the scenes here, and in the photographs, Mary's dress has clothespins all up and down the back, kind of pulling it tighter to her body.
funny.
But I never see them when she's on camera here. It's funny.
Oh, God, no. Sherman's much too neurotic to be an actor.
Yeah, the only thing the kid is interested in is being a soldier. Oh, such a manly person.
I love this line.
Creating life, taking it away.
And it turns Mary on.
Right. That's right.
I mean, I'm a lover.
Hey, guy.
Spiro, why don't you come help me make the drinks?
Excellent idea. I make a
Is this...
Go for it.
Did he actually auditioned for the part? Like this?
I mean, he
Oh
came
my
in and
gosh.
met. I don't think we made him read, really.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it was like, okay, the priest from the Singing Nun in
Yeah, no,
TerrorVision.
I
It's
mean,
like,
it's-
okay.
I'm watching this and my memories are being scarred right now. I'm just whoa.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, if you were a Singing Nun fan as
Yeah.
a little girl, yeah.
Ouch. It's rousing. Oh.
Is it cool if I get in there?
Okay, here's the moment where I really bumbled my directorial debut.
And you didn't show her business.
Yeah, here we are with bikini.
In the mid-'80s.
Yeah, I I guess I'm just a prude at heart. Look at that.
You were
Unbelievable.
that. Well,
I was
you
a
know,
good
now you
boy.
can show it to other. You can wider audience range.
Yeah, I could show it to my mother.
Yeah.
That was like, that went over really poorly.
That's what it was. You were worried about what your mom would say.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Out.
Well, I wouldn't want you to get electrocuted.
Me neither.
My wife's family went
He
to
laughs
see
like that.
it. Yeah, he could hype himself up.
Dynamite.
My wife's family went to see the film when it was at its theatrical release in Austin. And going into the theater, her dad was like, "Oh, my son-in-law directed this film." And coming out of the theater, he was like sneaking away.
Oh no.
It's perfect.
Oh, that's hysterical.
This is like one of my favorite kind of bizarre bartending scenes. The miscommunication that's going on here.
Stanley's such a fascinating fellow. A real Renaissance man.
Definitely.
Oh, this is fantastic. Yeah, this weird little humming thing too. It's great. He makes every moment count.
He
you
really
know?
does. He fills it in with funny.
Bill Paulson was in my acting class at Stella Adler's.
Really? Yeah, he's looked so great.
That's a great
I think
thing
he's,
to say.
He's,
Oh.
he's doing this alien just like he did Stanley Kowalski.
my God.
He would have had
That's
a big
brilliant.
career had it not been for that
Stella.
ridge.
All he has to do is go, Stella. Look, he puts his hands to his head. Stella.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever happened to him?
He actually was an Italian like an American living in Italy, and would get cast in movies in small roles. But I don't know what happened to him.
I always thought he was going to do better. I really did. Went from class, you always felt like this guy probably.
Was he really in your class?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were.
No,
kidding.
we were in Stella Adler together.
Wow.
Yeah. And I kept asking him, why aren't you working more? Why aren't you actually out there working? He's like, I'm just not ready.
No.
Wow, that's amazing. That was the phone number of Empire Pictures back in those days.
I was going to say, if anyone called that, what would happen?
That was before the 555 rule.
Empire Pictures.
Right. Oh. Great. Hat, snake.
I know.
Wig.
Wish we had that hat.
Yeah, who has
too.
that now? That's
I think it's part of Charlie Band's warehouse
Must
collection.
be. Yeah, he must have an amazing collection.
Maybe I won't believe you either. Let's hear it.
Remember that studio, that Dino De Laurentiis studios where they shot Barbarella? Did you ever walk around the yard there?
Was that Cinecittà before that?
No, Cinecittà was a different part.
Oh,
It was
that was
closer to
Cinecittà.
Rome. This was Dino Città, which was like Dino De
See, I thought,
Laurentiis'
yeah.
studio.
Okay.
I think they shot the Bible there and Barbarella. And if you walked around, you'd see the old spaceship remnants out in the yard from there.
Oh my God.
It was just big sound stages, kind of empty.
It was a ghost town.
Yeah. Yeah, even the office building was a ghost town.
Yeah.
Except that really happening little bar dining room.
That's right. There's like the cafe. That was like really amazing.
And every afternoon about 4 o'clock, they'd bring popsicles and.
Now, did she decide to sing it, or did you tell her to? Or
No, this was just part of the script. Yeah,
she sang it?
to kind of make it a chant or something.
She had a lovely speech impediment.
Pleasant dreams, kitties.
So tell me, is Stanley
Raquel.
Wonderful.
Is he a manly
Is
man?
that the manly man
That's my
line?
favorite line. Is he a manly man?
Does he take it like a man?
He
can't
is,
believe he
to
said
me,
that.
He's actually, for me, like the funniest guy in this movie. There's no question.
It's
yes, indeed. Spiroxiros is the manliest.
He's so elegant.
he's so
and
confident
manly
too.
Yeah.
Raquel.
And Raquel just can't
Been
wait.
some misunderstanding?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm Greek, you know.
Oh, of course you're.
So are you surprised like how popular this film has become? Like it just
I am kind of. Did I expect it to be popular? I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be really popular, and it was so hated. And then I was sort of like bummed out about it, although I love this film.
Yeah.
And then over the years, as I saw that the right audience kind of found it, you know,
word of mouth
made
people-
me very happy, you know, because it's
somebody gets it, they understand it, and it
Yeah.
takes. It is interesting how the audience does have to find it.
and it's a love it or hate it thing. Either
Mm-hmm.
you really get the jokes and you get the sensibility of it, or you hate it, and I can understand both.
I can't see how you could hate
reactions.
this. I can't see how you can hate it. I mean, I don't know. It's like unless you expect it to be really.
Well, it's like,
It's a
no,
cartoon. I mean, it's big and fun and up and.
It's
But
an
this was-
adult cartoon.
This
Yeah,
was
maybe. Yeah,
before
there you go.
Tim Burton and before, you know, so the idea of a cartoon live action movie wasn't real expected in the 80s. This was 1986 when it came out.
Look at that. He's dancing with a Greek dance.
And
Coming
it was
in.
like something that nobody had ever seen before.
Well, now look, they're very nice, but
Yeah, looking good too, huh? Are we gonna swing or what?
You look so serene, my darling. Like Cleopatra.
You're a visionary.
Yeah,
I
really.
think you should go to Adult Swim and offer them this cartoon.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh.
I was like,
He is
okay, you're
insane.
going to strip down. It's going to be really sexy. This, the idea for this kind of fog-filled swimming pool.
Which is
kind of
amazing that you were able to
stolen
keep
from
the
a
fog in there.
Chinese ghost story. Yeah, it was like dry ice fog, so it was freezing when he got in.
Oh my god, was it freezing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How old do you think he is there? What is like
I'd
50?
50.
50s?
Yeah, God, it's funny because we were so young when we were making this film that this is like another one of my favorite
Oh my
lines
gosh.
in the film.
Did he sit in that?
Yeah. I was like, oh,
He
oh,
sat in the goo?
I mean, maybe it was just in a little thing that he
Look
reached
him.
into because I don't think we gooed up the whole thing, but that was
I love
actually
this
full
shot.
of water.
I love this
Uh-huh.
shot. Did you attach him to a rope and just pull him in?
No, he's swimming in water here. This was actually water.
But the camera is...
Is out on a boom arm, kind of dollying with a boom arm, kind of
Beautiful.
that brings it down to the water level.
Yeah, and all the special effects had to be real. I mean, like real fog, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't added later.
And they had to get the monsters flappers in there and getting them to come out of the water fast took a lot of muscle. I love that expression on Garrett's face when he realized this his whole evening's kind of not what he planned.
I do sink issue.
Ew. What was that? Disgusting. I like the way Mary keeps it, keeps the energy up. You know?
The chicken.
The chicken.
Chickens. This was kind of a different monster head because we couldn't.
I remember there was
submerge
the smaller one.
Yeah, yeah. The eyes don't work.
That's a
on that
great
one.
shot.
Now it's the real.
Now
monster.
That's so great.
There's a little mouth hole on that tentacle.
And see, that's great. Green stuff comes out.
Yeah, why not?
And the dog barking, right? Did you think of that? That was great.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah, because he was like a big pet dog. Yeah.
See, that's why he's adorable. Okay, now it is. I'm like going, I know. Oh, right. He was like a pet from another planet.
But mutated with so many asymmetrical body parts.
So was this what it was like for you growing up?
Oh, really? Yeah, I had guns, everything. Now, for me growing up, it was like every Saturday afternoon, my dad would take me to see a sci-fi movie or horror films.
Wow.
So I kind of grew up loving the movies that are kind of featured in this film. All right, here comes.
Yay! I love this.
Where did you get the Mustang?
It was some Italian's car, and then I think Giovanni did all the artwork on it. But that's a great with the skull on there. Yeah, this was your first night of work, I think.
That was so cool. That was the only time we got outside, right?
Yeah, the only cool night we ever spent shooting.
Huge special effects, though.
Yeah, yeah, there are explosions galore. So here's a soundstage, so there's just the kind of black night
black night,
background. Yeah.
I love your expression. It was so great.
Yeah. Talk about another kind of dunderheaded sort of look.
Sherman, what are you doing?
In your wasp t-shirt, yeah.
Hey, Grandpa. You could just say Mom and Dad.
I put the gun on her.
That was great. That was great. Very subtle. I'll just move it over to her.
Sherman, stop it.
Buzz off, dude. I want to party.
Are Mom and
See, my character, I loved it because I got to be the ultimate Valley kind of like, and oh my God. And I mean, and gosh, I was like 24 something, 23 or something when I did it. And it was just so much fun to play that character.
That's so great.
And had the voice. I
mean, that costume was so cool, too.
Oh, those wigs. It did great. Oh, that was
I remember that wig thing. I remember kind of going back to the makeup department, and we kept going, more wigs, add another wig, and paint it a different color, until it was...
It's fantastic. I think, I want my
Isn't
daughter...
this the Bob Carroll, Ted and Alice moment?
Oh, yeah. He actually did this. That's... Wow.
Really?
That's gutsy.
Is Garrett with that isn't sped up or anything.
Like the dog. Did you do this? Bad dog. He actually shot that, right? Or no?
I think those are like post-production flame coming out of the barrel, but the squibs in the water were real.
Right.
Yeah, OD's going to watch some TV.
Your character is awesome.
I like just those kind of like accidental air guitar moments that kind of just every time he moves, it becomes an air guitar move.
Everybody always liked that character,
Here's a disturbing childhood memory for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, kids.
They all actually sat.
And they're like going like this.
Yeah,
Right.
really. With their
They're
hands.
moving their hands.
They're all in bed and have that weird expression on their face.
Everything's okay, kids. And everybody's slimed up.
How long did that take?
That was a while. And then you guys were so funny, that expression on your face, like, this is gross.
I think you shot this, but I don't remember. I think when I came in, they had been cleaned up and moved. I don't know if they were there when I shot that scene.
In the moment of sisterly sweetness.
Aww. There's a sweetness to this movie.
Yeah, maybe that's why there's no like bare boobs in it, because it's too sweet.
Yeah, there's a nostalgia,
Sherman, will you please buzz now? Go to bed or something. We want to hang out.
Hey, take this stupid movie. It's just this one dude talking.
Don't you just love it? I mean, you gotta.
Go to bed.
You're adorable.
Bill Pullman.
Scream.
I mean, Bill. What is it? Bill.
No, yeah, Bill Pullman. Bill Paulson.
Paulson. Yeah.
That's amazing. So he studied with you, then he moved to Italy, I guess, and worked there.
He was still.
Oh, how cute that is.
That monster was so hard to move, it was like kind of just rolling him.
Oh, right, it rolled.
Yeah.
And
So I was like, okay, OD, don't move too fast or just I love that run.
Wait, where?
I have the highest scream. I win for highest scream. Sound people hated me. Damn you. That's a great shot. I love that. Of you in the ground.
This is really good.
Now here's the big surprise. Here's the turn. What? I love this part. This is inspired.
Aww.
What is that?
The dog tag and the little hanging weirdnesses and eating charcoal.
Yeah. your eye.
Sweet.
Look at the
There's
little
a
mouth.
little mouth. Yeah.
The butthole mouth on the single eye.
See, we're all awesome characters. Distinctive.
Uh-huh.
Where's the comic book?
Funny. Right. It could have been made into a comic book, for sure. It should be made into
Yeah,
a
it
comic book.
should be a comic book.
You know?
Yeah.
Did you see that? You looked right at my studs and cooled out.
All those little carrot things hanging off of the creature. That was like a...
Yeah.
I
See,
mean,
if someone...
shipping that thing must have been crazy.
Oh, gosh. See, someone should... Who's listening to this, if they're into cartoons, they should make this into a cartoon. They should approach you
Hey, you
because it's
guys
pretty,
out there.
Yeah, anybody who's listening to this, if you know any artists, go for it.
Space guy. Made you cry like a butthole?
I love that line.
Yeah. That made you cry like a butthole line. Yeah.
Oh.
Here's where the kind of idea of suction was a hard one to get across. So we had just big fans kind of blowing you from behind here.
Come on now.
Oh, I get it.
And then strings.
Pulling.
Yeah.
Easy, dude.
What is it that I'm sending him?
Some weird ass looking wiener candy or something. I don't know what that is.
It's like a dog
Italian
biscuit
candy.
sausage thing.
What? Oh, any hope of understanding what it was went with that box, I guess. It's so great.
I love this. Look at all the American food.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Do you
Yeah,
have
we
to
had to
bring it?
ship that over. Yeah.
Mexican style cereal.
Check it out, dude.
You ate an
Ew.
uncooked pizza. You were
did.
so into it.
See, you totally. Jonathan commits. John commits.
Jonathan.
I know. Sorry.
Thank you,
I don't know.
Jonathan. That's all good.
I know. Oh.
You look so young and sweet.
How old were you when we did this? You
I
think?
can't. I don't. Let me see. I was 26.
Wow.
Chad had that gun the whole time.
Really,
Never.
man.
I mean, that is commitment, character commitment. The gun pointing, and like we're all oblivious. He never put that gun down.
It's fantasy. It's awesome.
He wants charcoal.
Oh, good catch.
Now here is some serious hi-fi equipment from the 80s.
Yeah.
Look at that. We thought
wow.
it was top drawer.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's OD's band.
Ooh, bad tune, dude.
Oh no,
I like the way you're holding your
band.
ear.
Yeah.
Rots your brain. Now this is my band. I wrote
Cassette. That's right. Before, this is what it was like before CDs or Blu-rays or iPods, right?
Were you a metal fan back in those days, or did you just capture it?
Some bands,
Uh-huh.
but not really.
That's so great.
Okay. I'm OD. OD.
I like the way the camera is just like right up against your face.
The
It's like you feel
monsters,
really.
the big eye point of view.
What kind of was that movie cam? What were we using? A movie?
We were using, God, what was that? Like, it might have been movie cam, actually. Yeah, because
I think I remember when I saw it. It was old. It was like that. It wasn't Panavision, which we'd always gotten used to in the States. But I remember it was different.
yeah, all Italian equipment, but 35 millimeter
Yeah.
back in the
So
good
you were
days.
actually using film.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
actually had to edit with film.
You actually had to like send it into a lab and not know what the image was going to look like until it came back.
Right. Yeah. That's when DPs really had to know their stuff,
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh. That's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
I like that tilted down head of the monster looking very intense.
Did we have to do any reshoots? I don't remember.
No,
No,
we didn't
this
do
was
any
all done.
research shoots, yeah. Well, it seemed like it was 35 days of shooting, though. It was a pretty decent schedule.
Oh, what was that, pudding?
It was shaving cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like how the claw is almost like a little listening dude.
That was like all that stuff was independently operated, so we had to fit it into every frame.
It worked. Totally worked.
That was some sexy
So-
get up on.
Yeah.
Whoa, Medusa.
Yeah.
One glance, you're hard as a rock.
A rack.
Right.
You're hot. It's a rack.
Oh, and the way his horn even rotated to it, like a dog's tail wagging.
I like the bloody number, too. What happened to the monster? That's what happened. What? Who has the monster?
He probably decayed over time. They probably left him in Italy to save the shipping costs back to the
Right.
States. Yeah,
He's probably still there.
yeah, out
the
in the
studio.
backyard of the Dolorenta
Charlie Band
studio.
has it over there.
We should go.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. Look at that
That's
eyeshadow.
great. Yeah, I have the most color. I love that. It's the most color I've ever had in my entire face ever.
Doesn't even know what money is.
The sink is drifting.
Oh, so we're seeing sync issues here, but that's okay. I mean, I've seen this before in these bootleg DVDs, and it was okay. We're watching a bootleg. Don't go out and buy one on your own when you can buy this Blu-ray. It
Yeah,
has us
it's much
talking
better.
on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a bootleg we're watching.
Yeah.
Watch it, dude.
I mean, I'm
People-
all for the
yeah.
bootlegs when you can't get it any other way. I'd rather
Oh,
people
well, then
able to
why,
get it.
I don't care if it's out of sync if it's a bootleg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what
Yeah.
you pay for,
That's
kids.
right. You get a Chinese bootleg, this is what you get.
Yeah.
You look like we're speaking Chinese.
Right. And it's so hard to get this. I mean, they're like going crazy on Amazon trying to get this.
Yeah. When I saw that somebody had posted on the internet that MGM had released an HD version, I was so happy that it was still going to have some life in the future.
You guys are really cool, man.
These scenes were so fun to shoot among the three of you because the chemistry between you all was so great.
Yeah, we had a great time shooting together.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was really,
TV.
and I love you.
And Susie's turning into a businesswoman.
Greedy, over, having my own business.
Your own monster.
My own monster. I can see it now. My own network. Now, and giving everyone reason to kill me is all good.
This TV was state of the art at the time.
Maybe she'll help.
Was it?
Yeah, we've come a long way. State of the art Italy TV.
Here, let me do the talking. No, I've already called her once. She knows me. You told her about the monster? Yeah. She did.
Definitely Japanese all of a sudden.
Yeah, see? Oh my gosh, imagine if it's dubbed in
Oh,
Japanese
yeah,
and Chinese.
yeah.
How fun that would be.
That would be fun to watch.
It's like we get their movies, and then now Japanese movies, now they get ours.
With it'll be fun to hear you
Yeah.
talking in Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The obligatory stage manager.
He does everything for her: makeup, wardrobe, and drives her car.
This is Sherman again. Remember me?
Sherman? The schizo.
God, you could put a martini on those.
I'm
babies.
telling you.
Yeah. And that's before they that's real.
Those are real.
Those
are
are
real,
real.
really.
Those are the old days when those were real.
All night.
It's really good. That's it.
Okay, Susie's gonna
right.
talk business here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sherman's sister, business manager for the monster from outer
And it's so funny because it's so over the top and fake, but it's like that's exactly what the style is. This is Susie. Okay.
Yeah, your voice was like perfect for that character, you know.
The Letterman people. It was still going on back then. See, it's still timely.
Really, man, that's funny.
As if you were never invited to a party before. This is a fun party.
We got product placement from Heineken, right?
Oh, yeah.
We wish we did. Maybe we got a couple of cases of Heineken, but, you know.
That was about it.
You're right.
I love your white lace gloves, too.
Yeah. Was this shot of the same soundstage,
Uh-huh.
too? Like,
yeah,
I
we
mean,
had a different little tiny set for Medusa over on one corner of the stage. Although this house took up probably 2/3 of the sound stage.
Okay, guy. There's always something else on. That's what's so cool about TV.
So where was Charlie Band during this? Was he on the set, or was he...
He came to visit a few times and then pretty much was running his business back in the States. But I remember... I wish I had some of these Survival Ranger packages.
Yeah.
Those, you know?
I know.
Hey, man, nothing. This guy just doesn't dig commercials.
Careful, you guys.
Did he like it? I mean, when he was watching it, did he like... What do you...
Yeah. They thought it was really funny. His kids liked it.
That's great.
Don't be so impatient, butthole.
What's
Oh.
What planet are you from?
What's your name? You should have that. This.
It's so...
Doesn't know what you're talking about. It's just a monster. I'll get it.
I like the way they call him Monster.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let any strangers in.
If I speak slow enough, he'll understand.
It's like when I got pulled over by the Italian police.
Officer Nutke, Ian Patrick Williams. He was part of Stuart Gordon's kind of crowd from Chicago. But he was like such a perfect kind of white toast American ineffectual cop.
The slightest excitement can trigger a monstrous eating.
Oh boy.
I like how he kind of... The voice was very like...
But his hands
know,
are always
right.
Oh, really?
But the voice is very like, reasonable.
Sounds
I'm
like
being
a
reasonable.
newsman.
And I'm, right.
We're having a little party.
This is OD's big... Yeah, I love this moment where you punch the creature in the nose. And then here's where we were shooting green goo directly into your face.
Was it really your face?
Yeah, that was
'Cause it looks
was
like
real
it's-
John there, and
Oh
then
my
it became
gosh.
yeah, because he's doing the air guitar as he's
right.
dying, and when it was over, it had gone up your nose and down your throat. I was like, uh-oh.
You poor guy. I can't believe that happened to you.
Some more of our big effects.
Nice.
That was a bigger one than before.
Uh-huh. Who's this guy?
His name's Ian Patrick Williams.
I remember
He
him.
was like in Bleacher Bums, I
Yeah,
think,
sure.
the original production.
Hey, Peds, come back here.
Scared.
Over there, I'm coming after you. Damn you kids.
Good monster sound.
Yeah, I love the coming out of the fog.
You put that in after?
Uh-huh. Yeah, all monster sound came after, yeah.
I love the crazy eyes going in circles.
Oh, his nub.
Oh, sad moment. Yeah, famous cartoon voice guy, Frank Welker, did the creature vocals.
Oh, wow. I like it.
Space guy on TV. Went crazy. Where's OD? It ate him.
OD's dead.
What are we gonna do? You're gonna blow his butt to Kingdom Come.
go, Sherman. Sherman's the man.
The only problem with this bunker, this bomb shelter, was the ladder that every time somebody went up or down into the thing, we had to deal with cutting around or making them go up and down the ladder, which was like, slowed things down. Look at those cans of Survival Ranger food products back there.
Amazing.
Man.
The Thompson machine gun.
Evil eye.
That look at
That's
each other
like
afterwards.
teenage eye, man. That's like the perfect.
Evil eye.
Were you a bad little teenager, or were you a good teenager?
Oh, I was never bad as this. I wish I was, though.
You always struck me as such a good girl.
I was. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Our first AD, his name was Mauro Sacripanti. He was an Italian first AD. He was a guitar player, and he is the guy who came up with the idea, suggested it to me, of making the death goop of OD in the shape of a guitar with OD's chain wristlet. There it is,
brilliant.
as the strings of the guitar. I was like, whoa,
people
Mauro,
who
great.
have watched this film have commented on that.
Uh-huh.
They love that. It's the little things, that you. It's like
That was Mauro.
wonderful.
The frets, right.
Yeah. I love that nobody's really scared of touching this.
Yeah, everybody
vomit.
touches it. Exactly. Everybody first touches it and then says ew. Okay, it's not like absolutely.
Absolutely backwards.
I now I want to watch it again just for that moment. Like bring them back.
It's funny how they assumed that the parents were never in bed. I mean, they never went back to like go, hey, by the way.
Right.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because they didn't know it was a monster.
Yeah.
They just thought they were in there having an orgy.
Yeah. But it just automatically had to be off limits because
Yeah.
they're doing their thing.
Right, kids, you're on your own.
Yeah. Friday night, the door's closed. That's it.
Oh, really? That's the way it was at my house. Yeah.
He just had to do that.
Yeah.
He loved that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna touch it again.
Big moment,
I'm gonna
big moment.
touch
Trembling hand. Ew. Okay, this was one of my favorite films as a kid. And I only saw the trailer at the drive-in theater. It never actually came to Dallas, Earth versus Flying Saucers.
Oh,
So
really?
it wasn't until I went to college that I was able to find it in a film catalog and rent it for the Film Society. But was
The disco swimming pool.
and this had some of the most staggering. This is Ray Harryhausen.
Yeah, he was
special effects
the best.
and some of the greatest destruction.
Oh, that's
Capitol.
fantastic. I wish this played in a drive-in. If there were more drive-ins, than this would play.
Yeah, it would be a great drive-in movie.
It probably was when it came out.
Yeah.
It is interesting. All those movies, when you think about the 50s and 60s, all those horror spoof kind of things. This is an 80s version of that. I hope there are other movies that, I guess maybe Charlie Band has more of them. That kind of, where can you find movies like that, you know?
Yeah, this was Charlie's company, Empire Films, was the place for science fiction and fantasy and horror films back in those days. And then the studios started making B movies and making them with A movie budgets, and sort of that's kind of what killed Charlie's business.
How far
for a
back
while.
did Albert Band and that company go?
Albert Band was the assistant to John Huston. So Albert Band went back in the 40s of Hollywood.
When did
maybe
he
the
actually
30s.
start producing the movies that he produced?
Sure, he was producing movies probably in
60s,
Italy
right?
in the 60s.
Right.
Yeah, Hercules and movies and cowboy movies and stuff. And he came back to L.A. and started producing movies with Charlie. And then that was I guess I met Charlie in 1978 or so when I edited a movie for a film school friend of mine, David Schmoller, a movie called tourist trap. And that's how I kind of met Charlie.
You started as an editor, I remember.
Yeah, I started as an editor, yeah.
Monster. It's me. Sherman.
Oh, he just wants to be loved now.
It's all
Those guns were heavy, right? They were like real guns.
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
they?
yeah. It's like all because they couldn't figure out that all they wanted was some coal.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is my favorite part. I never got to shoot a gun before, and that was really cool.
Boy, really? Actually, it looked like it was actually shooting blanks, and maybe we just added the muzzle flashes afterwards.
Yeah, I was shooting, and that was fun.
Yeah, yeah, power.
Ah, nice.
Killed by a remote control in a swimming pool.
So children, don't do this at home, right? There's that high scream again. Sound department going,
Sis, stop, he says.
Stop.
There's Bill Paulson, right?
Yeah, and another Kathy Clark costume creation, this pressure suit.
Hey, it's the space guy from TV. What do you want from us?
Please, Earthling, there is little time. I've come to exterminate the whole
When his face explodes.
Like, what is going on around
You'll see his makeup went through several transformations here because of the different shooting on different days, I think. So here it's kind of nice and green and a little bit slick looking.
Looks good, nice and
Yeah,
lizardy.
and his lips are kind of falling out of
Yeah, I
the
love how
lines.
this doesn't quite work.
someone's pet?
Oh, yes. They're very lovable before they mutate.
And it's coming off on his teeth.
Yeah, that's when I said something like that. He just kind of looked at me and went, "Oh, really?" and spit a big old chunk of it right in my face.
Very safe form of waste disposal.
Yeah, but like, what did it do with Mommy and Daddy?
Poor Bill Paulson. I remember seeing this thinking, all those years of studying, and now you can't even see what he looks like.
His most famous role.
Look, they fixed him in that one.
Yeah, this is a new makeup, different day.
You know that everybody who did this had to have a sense of humor. I mean, it's
Oh,
just the
my
way it
God.
goes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I guess he had to have a sense of humor.
Had to know
Especially if you're
what you
putting
were-
on all that rubber.
Oh man,
Yeah.
because this must have been a couple of hours in the makeup chair.
You mean like clones?
Well, it's good we got a serious actor to play that role. I didn't realize what an important guy I was working with at that moment.
Of course, they'd have to live in special aquariums.
I like the kind of sympathy that he manages to muster.
I can't even tell the driveway. It's like street. There's no real street. Everyone just squishes next to each other.
Her driver. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen her at a convention? Or
No, I have not. Have you?
Nope. Mm-mm. That's quite the dress.
Boy. Hourglass figure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she definitely leads with her assets.
She's funny that she wears that snake wig everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of you don't have to do with her hair, you know.
She's off the show. She still wears it. She's like, oh yeah. He's gonna lean down a little bit now.
Really? We should have zoomed in.
Yeah.
Very well. Let's go.
Okay, maybe they're
Alright.
saved.
Medusa! Not so fast, asshole!
This is like one of my favorite moments.
Oh yeah.
This exploding
Then
head.
I go after her, right?
And this is my most favorite moment, the
Right.
most uncaring moment of Susie Putterman when she crosses over to Medusa, and okay, Sherman's being really sympathetic and human, and Susie
This is great.
and just walks on top of it.
You stupid.
Walks on a dead body.
I love how you show it.
Yeah,
That's great.
we missed it by not.
No, you got enough to get the
Yeah.
idea.
This is great.
This was exploding chunks of styrofoam wall. Here's where, okay, the movie could have gone two ways, and we could have had a happy ending, and we didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, what happened? Did you consider two different?
You know what? I wish I had considered it a little more carefully, because people want to have hope in the end of a movie.
They want
not
somebody
like
to live.
Earth dies, but it seems more appropriate to this family that everybody gets eaten. We wanted to fly Sherman into the mouth of the creature. I'm out of here. And Susie grabbing onto the snakes.
It's like, that's really funny.
I know, I thought, oh, this is really good if I grab onto her hair. And it would have to be really gentle so I didn't pull her wig off.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I was like, have my arm and holding it really like gingerly.
And look like you're really struggling. And then the grips, the Italian grips, built the most amazing big wooden contraption to fly the camera and Sherman into the
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm surprised Sherman went first. Like, I thought he would have been the last one to go.
Uh-huh.
And you're thinking, okay, now
Oh, yeah.
we two are alive, but he did do a good
No, he was like
last phase.
first, and because we love Susie, we didn't want to see her die on screen.
That was very nice of you.
Mhm.
Studio, Al, and make it snappy.
Oh, look at her. I didn't realize the eyes said, come on, too.
So there you
my
have
gosh.
it, TerrorVision.
Yay.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I think this was maybe, I'm trying to think, I never had like top billing. I was kind of surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe second
You and
time
Garrett
lucky,
Graham. Look at
That's
that.
kind
Boy.
of funny.
Really?
Wasn't,
Yeah.
it was kind of like, wow, I can do this. That's kind of cool.
William Paulson.
So be
Hans
sure
Ray.
to turn your friends on to the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch it, laugh,
Tweet about
drink, smoke, enjoy yourself, and then
fun.
invite some friends over and get them going too.
Yeah,
Let's get 'em.
definitely. I don't think there's ever been a movie like this before, and never will.
No,
No.
I
Never
think we
will.
all learned our lesson
I don't
after
think
this
this will
one.
ever come back. This would really go well on Adult Swim or Comedy Central cartoon.
Yeah, they should.
I think you should go and present it to them and say, look,
Yeah.
it's this. but
Really,
as a
man, we
cartoon.
got Diane Franklin, we got John Gries.
Well, just the monster itself, it's just the monster. How the monster it takes in all these people and then can bring all the people out.
And in this, maybe you can update it like it comes out of an iPod or something instead of a television.
Yeah, really. I know, they just.
Or a iPad. It comes out of an iPad. And then you just do the same thing except the new version.
It is time to
Yeah.
remake TerrorVision, I think.
TerrorVision.
Yeah.
I can play the mom. We could play parents and have a little punk kid.
Sung by Hal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be good?
Susie and OD got married.
Yeah, we got married.
There you go.
Okay, so maybe we were regurgitated by the monster,
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
Yeah.
Or we're just aliens
you're
ourselves.
monsters
We're
now,
part
yeah.
monster. We had an alien baby.
Or else nothing.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Okay. John's got more important things to do now.
Dang it,
No,
John.
I don't.
Come on. What are you doing
You're
Friday?
kidding.
Come on, let's make this
This is
happen.
top drawer, man.
All right, you guys enjoy. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks.
Thank you. One more scream. Ah!
Kiss the boot, dude.
OD, you're so awesome and hot.